Good morning and welcome. My name is Dr. Mark Service, and I am the Vice Dean for Medical Education here at the UC Davis School of Medicine. I'm coming to you live from the campus of the UC Davis School of Medicine in Sacramento, here in Moore Hall. Today is a special moment in time, not only for our graduates and their families and loved ones, but for our school, as today marks the 50th commencement exercise for the UC Davis School of Medicine, making it a semi-centennial or golden anniversary for our school. A lot has changed in 50 years, but one thing remains true. Our graduates are ready to serve the citizens of California and to make a difference in their communities and in their patients through their passion, dedication, and commitment. And they've accomplished this through 4 or more years of incredibly hard work. Each student has been the recipient of over 3,000 hours of formal instruction, not to mention the countless hours reading and studying for classes and exams. It has resulted in the remarkable transformation into the newly minted physicians we celebrate today. And this class has had a remarkable journey in the last 14 months, dealing with the twin crises of a COVID-19 pandemic and racial injustice, responding with strength and resilience, learning how to Zoom nearly every day, and helping to lead social change to bring about a more equitable and just society. Our distinguished graduating class of 2021 includes 104 candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine, MD. Yes, family members and friends, after today's ceremony, you can address them as doctor. Nice. But graduates, don't let it go to your head. And speaking of family and friends, I want to welcome the family members, friends, loved ones, and faculty and staff who are joining us today in celebration on Facebook Live. Welcome to all of you. I also want to take a moment to thank Darylyn Striley and her amazing OME team for making today's event a special one, and for all the behind-the-scenes work it takes to put a virtual event together. Though we've gained a good deal of experience with these online gatherings in the past 14 months, there may be a technical glitch or two, so I ask for your patience in advance if we run into any difficulty. We will sort it out and move forward. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our small in-person stage party here in Moore Hall is staying 6 feet apart, practicing social distancing, wearing masks, using hand sanitizer. But we are together in spirit with all of you as we celebrate our graduates. Please applause silently as we move through the program, and we'll give you an opportunity as a class to thank your family, loved ones, and friends with your actual applause toward the end of the program. Now, it is my privilege to introduce our distinguished stage party. Yes, that guy, Dr. Mark Service. Not so distinguished, but Vice Dean for Medical Education. Chancellor Gary May, Chancellor of UC Davis. Vice Chancellor David Lebarsky, Vice Chancellor of Human Health Sciences and Chief Executive Officer of UC Davis Health. Dr. Allison Brashear, Dean of the School of Medicine. Dr. Henry Tan, Associate Vice Chancellor for Health Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, and our keynote speaker for today. Dr. Tanya Fancher, Associate Dean for Workforce Innovation and Community Engagement. Dr. Jorge Garcia, Associate Dean for Diverse and Inclusive Learning Communities. Dr. Sharad Jain, Associate Dean for Students. Dr. Kristen Olson, Associate Dean for Curriculum. Dr. Ruth Shim, Associate Dean for Diverse and Inclusive Education. Dr. Andres Jola, Chair of the Faculty Executive Committee. Dr. Mark Henderson, Associate Dean for Admissions. And last but not least, our student speakers, Kendra Verga, Ignacio Cortina Petrasic, Kirsten Kelly, and Kimberly No. And now the class of 2021 has put together a video celebrating the many milestones that they have achieved during their time here in the School of Medicine. The video is accompanied by music also from members of the class of 2021, Yen Lu and Nick Tom.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing, oh nothing is going right. Just close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
All you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend.
If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon you'll hear me knocking at your door.
You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am,
I'll come running, yeah,
to see you again.
winter, spring, summer, or fall.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
All you have to do is call, and I'll be
Be
there.
there.
Yes, I will. You've got a friend.
You got a friend.
You've got a friend.
Baby, you got a friend.
Baby, you got a friend.
Lovely. Nick and Yen, that was beautiful. Channeling Carole King and James Taylor, I thought. So now I'd like to introduce our Vice Chancellor of Human Health Sciences, Dr. David Lebarski, who is joining us virtually.
Hi, this is Dr. David Lebarski, your Vice Chancellor and the CEO for UC Davis Health. I want to wish you the heartiest of congratulations on finishing your medical education. But of course, as you know, your medical education never stops. You have to be a lifelong learner because medical knowledge is doubling every 73 days. I'm confident that we've equipped you with the tools to make it able for you to keep up with this fast pace of increase in knowledge. I'm also confident that based on your resilience that you have shown, studying, working, and caring for patients throughout this pandemic, that you are ready for anything this world has to throw at you. There really is nothing finer than graduating the future of our profession. I just want to say that you have mastered how to learn in a different environment. You have mastered how to care for patients without regard to your own safety. And so one thing that I will ask is that everybody who can be vaccinated is vaccinated, because that's the surest sign that we're caring for our future patients. I just want to say that it has been a privilege and an honor to serve this organization through the pandemic and to be associated with students like you who have let nothing stand in their way in terms of completing their education and caring for our patients. Thank you and best of luck.
Thank you, Dr. Lubarsky. And now it's my honor to bring Chancellor May to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Service, and good morning, everyone. Wish I could have some cool James Taylor music for my intro, but I don't. On behalf of UC Davis, I'd like to welcome all of our graduates, families, friends, faculty, and staff. Thank you for being here to recognize the graduating students of the UC Davis School of Medicine. Today, we celebrate our graduates, and we celebrate a wonderful milestone, the 50th commencement ceremony of the UC Davis School of Medicine. I'm honored to celebrate such a joyous and memorable occasion with all of you. The class of 2021 will go down in history. You've endured some of the most tumultuous days our country has ever seen. You've persevered through the COVID-19 pandemic, not to mention social unrest and wildfires that blanketed our region with smoke. But you rose to the challenge. You've adapted quickly to new ways of learning. You remained focused through all the uncertainty. You never stopped growing and defying expectations. You pressed on all the way to this glorious day. All I can think of at this moment is how much the world needs you. Never before has the importance of your role been so elevated in the eyes of the world. The global pandemic made perfectly clear that healthcare professionals are among our greatest heroes. You are the change agents we desperately need to keep our communities healthy and ensure that everyone has access to quality care, regardless of race, gender, orientation, citizenship, or socioeconomic status. Helping others and leading with scientific knowledge are at the very heart of your mission. You have the power to save lives. You have the power to uplift individuals, families, whole communities. You give us faith that a better tomorrow is indeed possible. Class of 2021, this is your moment. This is your time to take a deep breath, to think about all the long days and nights that it took to get here, and to feel a tremendous sense of joy on a day that you will never forget. You're graduating from one of the top medical schools in the country. With your degree from the UC Davis School of Medicine, you'll have no shortage of opportunities to make the world a better place. You have an excellent foundation of skills and knowledge to accomplish anything you set out to do. But more importantly, you've demonstrated that you have both resilience and heart. These core values will serve you well, not just in your next chapter, but throughout your life. So move forward with courage. Move forward with hope. Move forward with the determination that brought you to this great moment. The world is waiting for you, and you are ready. Congratulations to the School of Medicine graduates of 2021. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce the next speaker, your Dean of the UC Davis School of Medicine, Dr. Allison Brashear.
Thank you, Chancellor May. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished. Your leadership, perseverance, compassion, especially during the pandemic, have made your medical school journey a historic one. You've also made history as the 50th graduating class of UC Davis School of Medicine. You are an important part of the legacy, and as we emerge from the pandemic, we are looking forward to an exciting and hopeful future. We are grateful for your leadership and our shared commitment to health equity, which is central to our missions. An example of this amazing work is all of the students who volunteered at the student-run clinics to provide COVID vaccines and to care for thousands of our vulnerable community members, and also those who volunteered at the many UC Davis Health vaccination clinics over the last year. I also want to recognize the recent student and faculty collaboration that resulted in the elimination of race-based references to test the kidney function of our patients. It's known as EGFR. Graduating fourth-year student Biz Rott-Woldmichael and recent graduate Megan Byrne, the Pathology and Laboratory Medicine Department, Dr. Jan Murray Garcia, and many other collaborators helped bring about this important step to advance health equity. We are among the first in the nation to make this change to EGFR. I am also deeply grateful for the leadership and partnership of our student chapters of White Coats for Black Lives and the Student National Medical Association, who asked us to look at the issues of bias in clerkship grading. We did the analysis, and the data did not align with our values. As Dean, you have my personal commitment to achieve equity in our grading process. While there is a great deal more work to do, I am heartened by the changes we are collectively making as we work to create a more equitable system and tackle the larger issues of inequity in medicine as a whole. Together, we will improve medical education. I was thinking about this talk while hiking last week in the Calaveras Big Tree State Park. If you haven't been there, it's a must-do. There are sequoias there with deep roots, and they grow to enormous heights as they reach for the sun. This reminded me of the School of Medicine with our deep roots in agriculture, our interconnectedness, and our interdisciplinary collaboration. This year, more than ever, we drew from our deep roots. We took an ag technology, and the campus created the groundbreaking rapid asymptomatic COVID test in collaboration with the strengths across UC Davis to create a national model of public-private partnerships to improve health. As you celebrate this pivotal moment in your life, please pause and reflect on what is important to you in your journey to become a physician. Please take time to think about all of the patients and the families who you have met, the patients you cared for during this unprecedented time, are your teachers as well as our faculty. These experiences help shape you as a doctor and reaffirm why you dedicated your life to medicine. I trained at the beginning of the HIV epidemic with an internship in internal medicine in 1987. For 3 months, I cared for the first patient with HIV who was on a ventilator in our city hospital. Spending many hours with him, his partner, and family, I learned the importance of partnership. Years later, when I was a neurology resident, the former patient and his partner walked in the clinic just to say hello and to thank me. Those are the poignant moments that you realize the importance of what we do. Be open to those experiences as they're an important part of the doctor you will become. And now, as you move into the next chapter, you will grow and be challenged in many new ways. There are core values of inclusive patient-centeredness and equity will carry you through those times. Just as in medical school, your patients and their families will become your teachers in learning. And some you will remember the rest of your career. As you launch your career, UC Davis School of Medicine embarks on the next 50 years. I have a commitment to make to you. The School of Medicine will remain steadfast to our core values of inclusion and improving health equity. We know that you will equally be as steadfast as a bright light and a leader in medical field, whatever you choose. And you will always have a special role in the lives of your patients, their families, and the UC Davis community. So congratulations, class of 2021. And now I'd like to introduce co-president, Lindsay Valentine. Welcome, Lindsay.
Good morning, and thank you, Dean Brashear. I'm humbled to be here as our class comes together to celebrate our journey and our accomplishments today. As a class, we navigated a great deal in 4 years, but most importantly, we gained perspective. Perspective about not only our own goals and values, but also advocacy, justice, and service. I am honored to introduce 4 classmates of mine, Kendra Verga, Ignacio Cortina Petrasic, Kirsten Kelly, and Kimberly No, who will speak today about their own journeys, reminding us to hold true to all that we have learned and all we will continue to learn. Please welcome our first speaker, Kendra Verga. Kendra will be undergoing her residency training in family medicine at Kaiser Permanente, Sacramento. She is a member of Teach MS and is passionate about LGBTQIA medicine, reproductive health, and providing care and medical service for those that are underserved in our Sacramento communities.
Hi, everyone. So today we look back and reflect on a journey that led us to this moment. All of our paths to becoming physicians look incredibly different, but today we stand together, about to achieve a shared dream. Many of us have overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges, barriers, and hardships, all to reach this moment where we can use this hard-earned degree to create a career for ourselves and to serve our community. For me, as for many of us, graduation has brought up a lot of memories and reflections on the beginning of my journey here at UC Davis. I would like to briefly share how my journey started. It had been some time since my interview, and I was anxiously awaiting a call or an email letting me know if I had been accepted. Instead, one night I got a very different call, one that no one wants to receive. It was my mom. And by the tone of her voice, I immediately knew something was wrong. "Your dad had an accident, and he's in critical condition. You need to get to the hospital right away." That night, his medical team thankfully was able to stabilize him, while my mother and I waited anxiously at his bedside. By the early morning hours, he was still in bad shape, but his life was no longer in danger. Once we knew he would be okay, my mom and I headed home. And when I finally crawled into bed around 5 a.m., I slept like a rock. A few hours later, I woke up bleary-eyed to my phone vibrating, and I had 4 missed calls from a Sacramento phone number. I shot up in bed, answered the call, and managed to squeak out a groggy hello. It was Dr. Souza. He apologized for waking me, which was extremely embarrassing because it was 11 a.m. on a weekday. And he told me that he had called several times because he wanted to let me know that I had been accepted to the UC Davis School of Medicine. I thanked him repeatedly before rushing out the door with my mom to go to the hospital and tell my dad. My dad was so incredibly proud. This had been my lifelong dream. Sitting there hooked up to IVs and lines, he beamed with pride and told every doctor, nurse, and staff member who walked into his room that his daughter was going to medical school at UC Davis. My mom and dad are here with me today, and I could not have gotten to this point without them. I'm telling you this story because this is why we go into medicine. We go into medicine to save lives like my father's doctors saved him. We care for patients and their families on the worst days of their lives, and we celebrate their accomplishments. We become physicians to support our own families and to make our loved ones proud. I am so thankful for my time at UC Davis. We have learned lessons here from our professors and attendings, from our patients, and from each other that we will never forget. Not to mention, we survived the scariest, weirdest year in the history of medical education while we battled a deadly pandemic. I'm in awe of all the incredible individuals that virtually stand before me today. We all have the ability, the determination, and the heart to change the world for the better. We will take the lessons we've learned here and use them to make a difference. We'll fight for justice, accessibility, equity, and a better future for all. But for now, take this day and reflect on your journey. Appreciate how far you've come. Celebrate this incredible accomplishment with your loved ones and feel proud to be here today, achieving your dreams. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our class co-president, Alejandro Ramirez.
Thank you, Kendra. At this time, allow me to introduce our honorary keynote speaker, Dr. Hendry Tan. Dr. Tan is the Associate Vice Chancellor for Health, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. He completed his medical school and psychiatry residency training at UCSF and has been a beloved member of our UC Davis health community. Here he has fostered his interest in cross-cultural psychiatry, working with underserved populations, especially Southeast Asian refugees. Dr. Tan is also Director of Education at the UC Davis Center for Reducing Health Disparities and has exemplified what it means to become a physician dedicated to student education and faculty development. We are grateful to have him here today as we celebrate us not only becoming physicians, but also leaders and healthcare advocates. So please help me welcome Dr. Tan.
Thank you, Alejandro. My dear graduates, congratulations on this important day. We're so proud and honored you're joining us in this community of physicians. I know your journey has not been easy. You've met and overcome many challenges and have done so in the context of a world in much need of healing. The pandemic of COVID-19 and the centuries-old pandemic of racial injustice. And now you are here at the finish of your medical school journey. With your loved ones, close your eyes, take a breath. You are here. Yet, if you're anything like me at that time, between the moments of celebration and joy, the question of, am I really ready to be a doctor might slip into your mind. I want you to know, my friends, that you are ready to be doctors. We have faith in you. Look upon the diplomas that you received today and know that you have our blessings. But for a long time now, you've been healers. Even before joining us at UC Davis, we've admired your work in healing, your advocacy for equity and justice, your community embracement, your peacemaking, your care for the suffering. You've shared that powerful love of community with us, and we're better healers for it. In medical school, we've seen the work of your healing firsthand, your presence at your patient's bedside to comfort them. You've helped us to understand our patients' lives outside of medicine so that we can rightly honor them as whole and complex human beings. You've helped us to compassionately diagnose and treat the patients and their families. And most importantly, you've helped us to remember and to place our patients at the center of everything that we do. So how will your new MD degree change this? On my first day of internship, my program director welcomed us with you know less than you did as a medical student, yet more will be asked of you because of the MD next to your name. Welcome to the first day of internship. I felt this cold sweat run down my back, and the wide-eyed looks of my fellow interns' faces confirmed it. He was right. It had been half a year
since my last acting internship when I was at the peak of my medical knowledge. But he softened as he kindly reassured us that you will grow into it because you're now not learning for an exam or for an evaluation, but solely for your patients. Like me, you might feel like an imposter on that first day of your internship. You might not feel like you're up to the challenge, but I know that you will learn and know that you will grow and you will meet the challenge of being a doctor because you are smart, you're strong, you're well prepared. Don't let anyone make you believe otherwise. But most importantly, your growth will be inspired by the trust that your patients place in you as their doctor. I'm just a medical student, or I'll get the doctor will no longer apply to you. The challenges of our work should always keep us humble, but allow this trust to wash away any doubts about your place as a doctor at your patient's bedside. You belong there. You will rise to the occasion. I remember getting a call from the nursing station in the middle of the night as an intern. Dr. Tan, your patient's IV infiltrated and our best nurse can't get an IV in. And I responded, so what typically happens in situations like this? You put in the IV, Dr. Tan. Now, mind you, I had put in a total of 3 or 4 IVs by this time. So I called my resident and explained the situation, hoping that she too would understand how unreasonable this request was. And she asked me, Hendry, where are you? And I said, Colleen, I'm still in the call room. And she said, Hendry, does the patient need an IV? Yeah. Hendry, she's your patient. You need to be at her bedside. You need to try to get it in. You're her doctor. She was right. I walked down that long hallway, reviewing my technique, developing contingencies in case I failed. The buck stopped with me, and I would do my best. I successfully placed that IV. My technique was far from elegant, but that IV lasted for 4 golden hours until the day shift nurse, who really was the best person to put in an IV, was able to place that fresh IV in. You know, the responsibility for another person's life and well-being, as weighty as it is, will be the source for your strength and conviction during these challenging times. It will be your compass as you navigate through barriers to your patient's health, and it will be the catalyst for your ongoing transformation as healers. As doctors, your voices will carry more weight than ever in public and community spaces. We know now that the biggest impact on our patients' health happens outside the walls and clinics, the walls of our clinics and hospital. It's in the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, the poverty that we experience, the violence, racism, and discrimination that is embedded in our country's history and structure. These leave their mark on all of us, including our patients, as they make their way to our doors. And because of these injustices, some are kept from our doors. If you had the opportunity to change that, would you? My friends, the evidence is here. The opportunity is now. Speak out for health equity. Call out injustice in all its forms and call in those around you. We have to remember that in the wake of injustice, the silence of bystanders injures just as much. Your voices will carry, but don't drown out the voices of the communities that need to be heard. Amplify them. Don't take the mic, be the mic. I foresee that you will do great things. You've already done so. And as you endeavor to make the world better, I want to leave you with this. And I need to remember this too. Remember to take time for yourselves and for your loved ones. Seek joy, find and sustain love, climb that mountain, paddle that river, dance and sing in your community. In the larger scheme of things, the time you take for yourself is not time taken from your patients. Feed yourself love and compassion, and you will freely radiate love and compassion to those around you. Such is the way of healing. Today, we celebrate your graduation. Tomorrow, we place ourselves and our loved ones in your healing hands. The future is bright. Congratulations, class of 2021. And now I'd like to introduce our second student speaker, Ignacio Cortina Petrostich. Ignacio grew up in Chile and moved to the US in 2008 with his family. He finished high school in Tracy, California, and then continued his education at his local junior college before transferring to UC Davis. He feels fortunate to have stayed in the area for medical school and now also for residency. And I have to say, Ignacio, we feel even more fortunate that you're staying with us. Ignacio hopes to work as a hospitalist in an academic setting after finishing his internal medicine training here at UC Davis. Welcome you to the podium, Ignacio.
Hi, everyone. I'm here today to remind us all of a huge debt that we owe. And no, I am not talking about our crippling student loan debt, but rather a debt of gratitude that we owe all of our patients who over the last few years have been our most generous teachers. Because what's unique about our training is that there's no textbook, training video, or simulation that can fully prepare us for caring for real people. As you can imagine, suturing the skin of a real patient for the first time feels nothing like the bananas that we used for practice. So just imagine the level of trust that patients have to put in us to allow us to care for them. I was recently thinking about this while I was getting a haircut, because I thought to myself, what would I do if the guy that usually cuts my hair came in and said, is it okay with you if we have our barber in training cut your hair today? He's never done it before, but we had him trim a pineapple this morning for practice. I'd likely say no thanks, but this is the kind of blind trust that we ask from our patients, except there's a lot more at stake than a bad haircut. We also owe our patients for their immense generosity, as they have allowed us to be present in the most intimate moments of their lives. I will never forget the first baby I helped deliver. What a simultaneously horrifying and beautiful experience that was. It was actually the only time in medical school where I felt I was going to pass out. But by the end of it, I had a couple of thoughts going through my head. First, what an unbelievable privilege it was to be able to witness one of the most important moments in someone's life. And secondly, I thought I should call my mom. But just like we got to witness the beginning of life, we were also often with our patients on their last days. These are all private times that are generally reserved for loved ones and family, yet we were allowed to share those moments with them, which helped us grow tremendously as soon-to-be doctors. And for that, I am eternally grateful. So how can we ever pay back such a debt? As medical students, we try to do this by being there for our patients in small ways, like spending some time just chatting with them and hearing their life stories. What I've come to appreciate now at the end of medical school is just how much these little gestures of kindness made a difference in how patients perceive the quality of their care. What worries me is that in a few weeks, we will be interns, and the time we had as medical students to spend at our patient's bedside will become our most scarce commodity. It may feel like efficiency and kindness will be at odds with one another. There will be days when we will be sleep deprived and emotionally drained, and we'll be tempted to just hunker down behind our computer, get our work done, and go home. What I don't want to forget is that when our patients were exhausted, scared, and in pain, they were still our most generous teachers. In return, I hope to be the best doctor I can be for them, even in the toughest days. And that's all easier said than done. But I feel hopeful today because having gotten to know all of you over the last 4 years, I know I am graduating with the type of doctors who will pay this debt in full and with interest. So thank you so much. And please join me in welcoming Dr. Ruth Shim, Associate Dean of Diverse and Inclusive Education, who will be announcing our commencement awards.
Thank you so much, Ignacio, for a really powerful and thoughtful, some powerful and thoughtful words. There are 5 major awards presented to medical students at the end of their medical school careers. The first is the Lauren D. Carlson Research Award. Following the untimely death of Dr. Lauren D. Carlson in 1972, the faculty of the School of Medicine established a special award in his honor. An admired scientist, teacher, and administrator, Dr. Carlson came to Davis in 1967 to establish the Department of Human Physiology. He was later appointed Associate Dean for Research Development and Curricular Affairs. It was in 1973 that the first Lauren D. Carlson Research Award was given for the most outstanding medical research accomplished by a senior medical student during their tenure at the school. With the recommendation of the Faculty Research Affairs Committee, I am pleased to present the award to a member of the class of 2021 whose work was judged to have made a significant contribution to research in medical sciences. This year's Lauren D. Carlson Research Award goes to Christopher Yuki Ito. Congratulations, Christopher. The second student award to be presented today is the School of Medicine Medal. It is presented to the student who best displays the qualities of leadership, scholarship, and respect for human life, which are so necessary to fulfill a physician's pledge to be of service to humanity. It is my great privilege to present the School of Medicine Medal to this year's outstanding scholar, Sarah Blatcher. Congratulations, Sarah. The third award to be presented today is the Eli Benjamini Endowed Fund for Biological Sciences. This endowment was established in 2009 from his estate. Professor Benjamini was one of our outstanding faculty members in 1970. This fund is intended to honor the most outstanding senior doctoral student whose studies are within one of the fields of biological sciences. Selection of the recipient was made by the first and second year preclinical basic science faculty. It is my privilege to present this award to both Sindhu Udapalli and Mary Welter. Congratulations, Sindhu and Mary. The fourth award to be presented this morning is very special because it is determined by secret balloting of the class members. And finally, the Golden Goblet Award. The goblet symbolizes UC Davis and highlights the School of Medicine commitment to teach physicians of excellence. It symbolizes the deep roots of this campus in the soil of California, the study of the fruits of the earth, and the application of science and inquiry to the betterment of humankind. It is the cup of joy and celebration of selflessness and of service to others. This cup represents the commitment of the physician to seek, sometimes to heal, often to relieve, and always to comfort. The class of 2021 has selected Matthew Massey as the recipient of this year's Golden Goblet Award. Congratulations, Matthew. And congratulations to all the awardees. Our next speaker is Kirsten Kelly. She's a rural community health scholar and is pursuing family medicine at Methodist of Sacramento. Her speech, entitled The Vigil of Medicine, was inspired by a 3-week backpacking trip with one of her classmates.
Thank you, Dr. Shim. So earlier this year, Ellen Aslin and I took 3 weeks to backpack the 250-mile John Muir Trail from Mount Whitney to Yosemite. The entire trip was stunning, but one day was especially memorable. We were camped at 12,000 feet elevation and had 2,000 more feet to climb before sunrise to summit the tallest peak in the contiguous United States. The stars shone brightly as we flipped on our headlamps at 2 a.m. and began our ascent. Up and up we climbed, our legs fatigued and our breath short with the decreased oxygen. It was completely dark except for the small halo of light that was provided by our headlamps, so we just blindly followed the path in front of us. At times, we turned and saw the glow of other headlamps that snaked up the mountain, curving with the switchbacks. Each individual was on their own journey up the tallest peak, but at the same time, we were doing it together and we were striving towards the same goal. The last quarter mile of the journey of this hike was by far the most challenging. My quadriceps burned with every step and my hands were numb from the cold. In between breaths, I asked, do we have to go all the way? And Ellen affirmatively said yes, and we kept going. After summiting, we couldn't stay for long because the wind at 14,000 feet would cut through our layers of clothing. So we spun around and took in the vast expanse of mountains and valleys in the light of the sunrise before beginning our descent, already preparing for the next passes we would encounter. This was day 4, and our journey was just beginning. When we saw the line of headlamps in the clear night, it looked like a vigil up the mountain, and I immediately thought of the path of medicine. We follow a trail and can't always see where we are going or how difficult it is going to be. People have been there before, and more will come after. Each generation of new providers following in the same footsteps, but simultaneously making them their own. It also helped me remember that we are not alone on this vigil, and we continue our journeys because we know medicine is not one peak or one diploma, but rather it is thousands of steps through many summits and valleys. To the UC Davis class of 2021, I hope we can stand atop this summit, even just briefly, and take in the view of all that we have accomplished to get to this point. This class has navigated unprecedented times and setbacks, yet we have always advocated, striving to make the path better for those who are following in our footsteps. In our 4 years, we helped lead 11 student-run clinics, serving many uniquely disadvantaged communities in the Sacramento area. We raised $50,000 to benefit those clinics during the annual wine auction. We were among the first medical students to ever be sworn in as disaster relief workers. We have written policy that influences state legislation, and we provided crucial feedback to help reform the entire clinical curriculum. And through all of this, the board exams, the clerkships, the interview trail, life has continued. And many of us have gotten married, had beautiful children, and continue to support our families. It has been an amazing 4 years where we have laughed, cried, celebrated, and grown together one step at a time to become the persons we dreamt about so many years ago. We know how to work hard and will continue doing so on our next journeys. And I hope we never underestimate the importance of a nutritious breakfast, supportive shoes, and good friends who encourage us to keep going. For this next chapter, remember that we are part of the vigil, the string of headlamps that snake up the mountain, the journey that we sometimes have to take one day, even one heavy step at a time, in the pursuit of science, empathy, and better health for our communities. The individual lights that we bring forth are collectively beautiful, and I cannot wait to watch the lights, to watch us, the class of 2021, spread out once again and take on the next challenges that await. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Andre Shola, Chair of the Faculty Executive Committee, to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirsten. On behalf of the Academic Senate faculty within the School of Medicine, I hereby recommend to Dean Brashear awarding the Doctor of Medicine to those students who have completed all degree requirements.
Thank you, Dr. Shola. The degrees conferred by the University of California attest to the scholastic achievement, the traditional result of the university's fulfillment of its primary duty, In our ceremony this morning, the degree of Doctor of Medicine will be presented to 104 students. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine please rise? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the regents of the university, I confer upon the medical graduates the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Graduates, you may now be seated. And now, Dr. Tonya Fancher, Associate Dean for Workforce Innovation and Community Engagement, will start to announce the names of the new Doctors of Medicine.
Thank you, Dean Brashear. All right, off to the fun part of the program. If there are any technical difficulties, no worries. We will be sure to call your names at the end. So the following candidates will be receiving their degree of Doctor of Medicine. Dr. Kylie Abison. Kylie, where's Kylie? Oh, there she is, okay.
Hi, thanks so much to my family and all of my friends. I love you guys so much. Yeah, thank you. You can
All right, Dr. Mona Ubutuk.
Oh wait, I'll unmute myself. Hi everyone. I'd just like to thank all my family, my friends, and my Tyler for being my rocks and getting through medical school. I love you all.
You did it! And a very happy birthday to Dr. Sindhu Udapalli.
I just want to thank my whole family behind me who are my inspiration, motivation for this journey. Thank you to UC Davis. Thank you to my friends, faculty, staff for training me and now hiring me for my first job. Thank you all so much. Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats,
Dr. Kimberly Allen.
Thank you so much, my family, my friends, near and far, and all my teachers. I really felt you all root for me the whole way. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Ellen Marie Ozelin. There she is, there she is. Oh, unmute, we can't hear you. We will come back to you. Don't leave. We'll come back. Okay. Dr. Maria Barajas McGann.
I'd like to thank all of my family and friends for supporting me, and a special thank you to my husband, Miguel, for believing in me every day.
Dr. Ana Lucia Barragan Trejo Lemkins.
Hello. Okay. We practiced this. I want to say thank you to my family and friends for everything they've done, including special shout out to my husband Spencer, who doesn't want to be in the video, and my madre hermosa for always being with us. And then para toda mi familia en México, tú también, mi hermana Rosa, que está aquí, está envidiosa. Toda mi familia en México, muchas gracias. Este doctorado es para ustedes.
Dr. Angela Busal.
You have to mute.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you so much to my family, mom and dad. This is for you. And thank you to my ASPC family. I love you all.
Yeah.
Dr. Alejandra Beristain Barajas. Unmute, unmute.
Hi, thank you to God. Thank you to my parents, my mom, Clara, my dad, Raimundo, Joao, my brothers, all the family watching in Mexico and Brazil and Hawaii, all my friends watching. Thank you for all of your support.
Dr. Sarah Blotcher.
Hi, everybody. I'd like to thank my family, my parents, Dan and Angelica, who's filming this over there, my friends at the School of Medicine, the School of Vet Med, and who are not involved in UC Davis, and the pediatrics faculty for being amazing. Thank you.
Dr. Roxana Cabrera.
I want to thank my parents, my husband, the rest of my friends and family who have supported me and helped me get to this moment today. Sí se pudo.
Ahora sí.
¡Claro que sí!
Dr. Hillary Ann Carneal.
Hi there, I'd like to thank my family and partner who are all here today for their support and love, and all my friends and faculty in UC Davis. Thanks.
Dr. Rachel Koenig.
Go, Rachel!
Hi, everybody. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my boyfriend Aaron, and my dog Blue. Okay, I'm scooting back.
Go, Rachel, baby!
Dr. Evan Chua.
Hi, congrats everyone. I would like to thank all my medical school friends, my friends at home who are here supporting me, looking behind the camera. And last and foremost, I would like to thank my family who has supported me all the way through. Thank you.
Dr. Morgan Conley.
Hi, everybody. Congratulations. And I'd like to say thank you to my family who are here with me, my mom and my sisters, to all my friends that are here with me and afar, and all my med school friends and family, and then my supporters and mentors at UC Davis that have helped me get this far. Congratulations. Woo!
Dr. Ignacio Cortina Petrasic. Unmute, unmute.
Okay, sorry. I'd like to thank Emerald, of course, my close friends. Agradecer también a mi familia, a mis amigos en Chile y mi familia que viajó de tan lejos para estar aquí hoy día.
Congratulations. Oh. Dr. Jennifer Bernarda Daza.
I want to thank my parents, my family, my HPC family, everyone that helped me get to this moment. Gracias a mis padres, a mi familia, a mi esposo, mis mentores, todo el mundo que me ayudó a llegar a este momento, y en especial a mi abuelito Arcadio, que sé que está celebrando con nosotros.
Dr. Ramandeep Kaur Dillon. Oh, unmute, unmute.
Heartfelt thank you to all my family and friends, my community. I couldn't have made it without you. To my mom and brother for all their sacrifices, and to my Nanaji and Bibi who weren't able to make it today. We finally made it.
Dr. Daniel Din.
I want to thank my family, my friends, and especially my fiance for supporting me through these 4 years.
Woo!
Nice. Dr. Krills Ong-Sitco Domaleon.
So maraming salamat sa Diyos, pamilya ko, mga kaibigan, sa lahat ng taong sumuporta at gumabay sa akin. To everyone from UC Davis, thank you very much for the opportunity, the advice, and the friendships.
Dr. Robin Danielle Draper.
There you go.
I'd like to thank my family, my partner, my friends, the SJB Prime program. Congrats, everyone.
Dr. Rebecca Dutta.
Thank you to UC Davis for this opportunity. All of my mentors, my friends, Pavia, my parents, couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Dr. Nagar Fulad.
Oh, I did.
Hello. All right.
I'd like to thank my family, my friends, my dear husband, and my in-laws for all their love and support as I pursue my MD.
Dr. Farsam Faraz Hussein.
Yeah, Donna. Thank you so much to my parents, my husband, my in-laws, my sisters, my brother-in-law, and my friends. We did it. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Dr. Nicolas Garza.
I want to thank my parents, my family, my children, and all my mentors that have been alongside the whole time.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce a professor who needs no introduction, Dr. Jorge Antonio Garcia, the Associate Dean for Diverse and Inclusive Learning Communities.
Thank you, Dr. Fancher, and congratulations, graduates. Dr. Arta Garib Parsa.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right. I'd like to thank Dr. Garcia. I'd like to thank Dr. Jane. I'd like to thank my family, my fiance, my dog. I'd like to thank my friends at med school. I'd like to thank Dai Babak and Parveen and Khala Gita watching from home. And thank you all very much. I can't reach to unmute because I'm getting strangled by Mike.
Dr. Enrique Guzman Van Dyken.
I want to thank Wesley and my friends for help getting me through the last 4 years. Y a mi familia que pensaba que la escuela nunca se iba a terminar. Hoy es el último día de escuela para siempre. Y les agradezco todo su apoyo a través de los años. And congratulations to everyone in our class graduating today. Yeah.
Dr. Menatala Higazi.
I want to thank God, alhamdulillah, for all the blessings in my life and my family and my friends. You guys have really stuck by me during all of this crazy time, and I love you guys so much.
Dr. Betty Hoam.
Hi, I want to thank my entire family, my friends, the wonderful faculty and mentors that have supported me in this journey, and especially my daughter, Emmeline. Thank you so much.
Dr. Simpson Hahn.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations. I just want to take this opportunity to thank Patty and John for coming and having me heard. And thank you to all my family out there and all my friends in the background who are all currently watching me. Yeah. Congratulations, everyone.
Good job, Simpson.
Dr. Joshua Christopher Huang.
Thank you so much to my family, my friends, my colleagues, and my mentors, and especially UC Davis School of Medicine for this incredible opportunity of a lifetime and this privilege and responsibility. Congrats, everyone.
Dr. Dana Jill Isaacs.
There we go. Thank you so much to my family, my friends, my patients, teachers, classmates, and to UC Davis for always believing in me. Special shout out to Kathleen and Up to Date. Class of 2021, we did it, and come visit me in Santa Monica.
Dr. Christopher Yuki Ito.
Yay! Thank you to my family, friends, mentor, and the awesome faculty at UC Davis for all their love and support. Congrats, everyone. Thank you.
Dr. Nathaniel Julian.
Yay.
I just want to thank everyone that supported me, especially my parents, Trang, Lily, Tristan, Ali, all my friends, all the rest of my family. A special shout out to my family watching from France right now. My brother Samuel, Apolline, Noe, Isabel, everyone out there. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Dr. Esther Gong.
Thank you to my mom, my brothers, and my partner. Thank you also to my mentors at UC Davis, my friends and community for inspiring me and helping me to grow. And 엄마, 키워줘서 감사합니다. 사랑해요. Thank you, everyone.
Dr. Kirsten Kelly.
Hey, look, you're on screen.
Thank you so much to my mom who has hooded me today. Very special, and my entire family and friends who have joined me. And thank you to the entire UC Davis community and special Jackson, my nephew's first debut.
Dr. Helen Kim.
Thank you to my family and friends who have loved, supported, and prayed for me over the years. Couldn't have done it without you all. 엄마, 아빠, 감사합니다.
Dr. Joanna Kim Priester.
All right. Thank you, everybody. I want to thank my family, my mom here, and my in-laws, and my husband-to-be, Jacob. 할머니 보고 싶습니다. 감사합니다. 저 키워줘서 너무 고마워요, 할머니. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Dr. Lilia Klimkiv.
Hi, I want to say thank you to my family, oh my gosh, my husband, to UC Davis, and to every single mentor that poured into my life. Congratulations, class of 2021, be proud. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Dr. Spingar Komak.
ډیر زیاته مننه کوم د خپل مور او پلار نه چې همیشه زموږ ملاتړ کول او خپل ترور نه جانرا ترور نه خپل کاکا اسجان کاکا او ترور نه او خپل مشر خور ډاکټر صاحب سپوږمۍ کومک نه نو ټول خپل خپلوار او فامیل نه ډیره زیاته مننه کوم او انډیوالانو نه ډیره زیاته مننه کوم. Thank you guys all so much. Congratulations.
Dr. Bennett David Kravchuk.
Thanks so much to my family, my friends, my neighbors, friend Deb, my cousin Mike, Dr. Henderson, Dr. Fancher, thanks for believing me. And then thank you, God, for answering all those frantic prayers during all those exams.
Yeah.
Dr. Estefania La Rosa.
Thank you. Thank you, UC Davis, for teaching me so many things. Thank you to my family and my partner. Mi papá viéndome de Venezuela, mi abuela viéndome de España. I love you all so much. Thank you, thank you.
Dr. Clarence Darrell Lee.
I'd like to thank my mother, who I couldn't get here without, and my father. And I'd like to thank my ACE family, as well as Dr. Henderson and Dr. Fancher.
Dr. Alexandra Leaguewater.
I just want to say thank you to my family, everyone that's helped me get here. This is a dream come true. And my mom and sister were able to make it from Canada. So thank you, everyone.
Dr. Nicole Taylor Leong. Unmute. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. Please unmute next time. Dr. Kevin Liu.
All right, I would like to thank my mom right here and my dad right here next to me. Thank you so much, Josia Ma, Josia Papa. I would also like to thank my friends, the rest of my family, and the rest of the UC Davis School of Medicine. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Christina Marie Lowry.
I want to say thank you so much to my parents, Jill and Bruce and John, and thank you so much to my siblings, all of them around me. There's a lot. And then my grandparents, Nani and Boppy and Grandma. And then thank you so much to my partner, Grant, and all my friends and my UC Davis family. I couldn't have done it without you. I love you all so much. Thank you.
Dr. Brittany Reddish Lundberg.
Hello. Thank you. I would like to thank my family, my partner Ansel, my friends, my community, UC Davis, and all my mentors. I'm so grateful for the love and support, and I promise to work to be a doctor you can be proud of every day. Good job, everyone. Congrats.
Dr. Kuyen Liu.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hi.
I wanted to say thank you for my friends and family for being such a support and joining me on this journey. Thank you to my parents and my boyfriend for being here in person today. And finally, for my grandma as well. I wish you were here. I love you and I miss you. And finally, to my parents, cảm ơn ba mẹ. Con rất là vui vẻ là ba mẹ có thể hy sinh tất cả cho con với lại Quân. Thank you so much, everyone. We got it.
Okay, good.
Dr. Sally Madiba.
I would like to thank my parents for coming all the way here for my graduation. I would like to thank my family back in Botswana watching. I would like to thank all of my friends who've supported me throughout the years. And thank you to all my mentors throughout the years who've made sure I made it to medical school and supported me.
It is now my privilege to introduce Dr. Sharad Jain, Associate Dean for Students, who will continue to announce the names of the new doctors of medicine.
Congratulations, everybody. Dr. Sarah Madhavi.
Sorry, I'd like to thank my partner and my sister and Tommy for being here at the airport with me. Thank you to both of my parents. Thank you to my family in Iran. Salam Madari, salam mina. And thank you, UC Davis, for giving me a chance for the third time in a row.
Dr. Javed Mahmoodi.
Hi, everyone. I just want to thank my aunts, uncles, and my immediate family for supporting me on my journey. I'd like to thank my wife for everything she's done for me. And I'd also like to especially thank my mom for all of her self-sacrifice and allowing me to fulfill my dreams.
Dr. Matthew Massey.
Congratulations, everyone. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, and the University of California system. I wouldn't be here without you.
Dr. Marta Megalena.
Hi, I want to thank Ace PC for bringing magic and soulmates into my life, and I want to thank my family por todo el apoyo, por siempre tener fe en mí. Esto es tanto mío como de ustedes.
Sí se pudo, sí se pudo, sí se pudo.
Dr. Angelina Makuchik.
Okay.
I want to say a big thank you to all of my friends at the School of Medicine, all of my mentors, the EM department that's been amazing, Dr. Colby, Dr. Summers, thank you so much. And I also really want to say thank you to my family. Спасибо вам, мама и папа, за вашу поддержку. Спасибо бабушке, дедушке, тете, дяде, всем, которые молились за меня, за вашу поддержку я благодарю. Спасибо, дякую, and thank you. Congratulations.
Dr. Emily Ann Moody.
I'd like to thank my family, my parents, my siblings, my grandparents, my fiance, my friends who are like family, and especially my classmates. You all inspire me so much. We did it! Yay!
Dr. Marcy Nakasuchi.
Hi, I'd like to thank my family that's all here today. My friends that I've made the past 4 years, my friends from college, and my partner. Thank you so much, we did it!
Dr. Eli Nash.
Hello, huge thank you to my family who are out there watching. I definitely could not have done this without my dog Zora over here. And huge congratulations to my colleagues, and thank you to the wonderful people at UC Davis.
Dr. Kimberly No.
Thank you to all my family, friends, mentors, everyone who supported me all throughout the years. Thank you, UC Davis, and congratulations, everyone. We did it.
Yay!
Dr. Samantha Nguyen.
I would like to thank UC Davis for this incredible privilege. Also my family and to everyone watching in the Philippines. Also all the friends I've made along the way and my love, Brian. Couldn't have done this without all of your support. Woo!
Dr. Vinay Nitur.
Want to say thank you to my parents. Thanks to my sister, Dr. Nandi. Thanks to my bro, Noah. Thanks to my girlfriend, Jasmine. To Dr. Jane, Dr. Shim. You guys are awesome. And thanks to all my classmates, including my friend, Thaddeus Odom.
Wow, what a preview. Dr. Thaddeus Odom.
All right. Thanks for the introduction, Vinay. I want to thank my family, my partner, all my friends from Martinez, San Diego, and Davis that I've met. and all the faculty and mentors I've made here. Thank you.
Dr. Stacy Asua.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say thank you to my family, my siblings, my niece, my partner Robert, his family, who've all supported me while I'm far away from home. Muchas gracias a mi familia por su apoyo, sus sacrificios y todo el esfuerzo que hicieron para que llegara este día. Este logro es de todos de nosotros y los comparto con ustedes. Thank you.
Dr. Amanda Pon.
I want to say thank you so much to UC Davis and San Joaquin Valley Prime, Dr. Henderson, Dr. Gonzalez for giving me this opportunity and this chance to be the first doctor in my family. Special thanks to my entire family from Stockton, as well as Valencia, DC, Utah, Arizona. I love you guys so much. We did it. Woo!
Dr. Gurjit Panu.
I just want to thank my parents for all of their sacrifices, my sister, my brothers, my friends, all for their endless amount of support. We did it, guys.
Dr. Matthew Perennial.
Hello, so I'd like to thank my family that is here today with me. I should be paying back those loans I took from all of you really soon. I'd like to thank my dad back in Hawaii, Nurse at Hangover Pops. And I'd like to thank my lovely fiance who is couldn't be here today. And also my grandmother who passed away a couple weeks ago, who paid for my MCAT, housed me, let me study at her place. Couldn't have done without you. And yes, we did it, Grandma. Thank you.
Dr. Brian Park.
Hi, I'd like to thank family and friends. Special thanks to my wife for supporting me on this journey, and congratulations to the class of 2001.
Dr. Ryan Pasqua.
Hi everyone, congratulations to my class. I just want to say a thank you to my mom, my dad, and my family, and everyone that has believed in me, and my grandpa who is not here, and mi abuela, gracias abuela por todo. And thank you to my grandpa and grandma who's watching this. And you need to take me off the camera now. And my partner now. We're proud of you.
Dr. Janet Fan.
Wait, put the hood on me. Okay. I would like to thank my parents, my grandma, my uncles, and all my family and friends for supporting me. Thank you.
Dr. Jacob Priester.
Hi, everyone. Just want to say thank you to my family, my grandparents, my parents, my new Amma here, and of course, my wife to be, Joanna. So thank you.
Dr. Alejandro Ramirez.
Hi, everyone. I want to say thank you to UC Davis and all of my mentors for believing in me, my family and friends for all their love and support, especially my mom, who's been my #1 fan, my inspiration for medical school. Congratulations to all of my classmates. I want to give a special shout out to my girlfriend, Lisette Rodriguez. I love you, and I'm so proud of us.
Yay!
Dr. Francis Rangel Ventura.
Hi everyone, congratulations. First and foremost, I want to thank my parents here por el sacrificio, el esfuerzo, por enseñarme el amor al trabajo y el amor al prójimo, por nunca rendirme. To all my village here, as you can see, siblings, my grandparents and my grandparents in Mexico. Thank you all. And I do look like a doctor. Thank you, Dr. Garcia and Dr. Gossage for shaping me into the doctor I hopefully can be, just like you both. Thanks. Woo!
Dr. Laura April Reynolds.
Hi, I would just like to thank everybody who's been on my journey to get here today and who supported me and believed in me in those times where it was really hard and we did it. And I'd especially like to thank my husband and my son Lucas and my mom and my dad and my sister and all of my friends. So basically I just want to thank everyone, and thanks to you, to the class of 2021, for all of the learning and great times.
Dr. Lizette Rodriguez.
Hi, everyone. I just want to dedicate this degree to my mom. Although she hasn't been here for 12 years, she's been my guiding light. Y también quiero dedicar mi título a mi papá por siempre apoyarme, y a mi familia, mentores, amistades. Thank you for believing in me. It was a long road, but we're here and we did it. And the Central Valley, the future of the Valley looks bright. We did it.
Dr. Christian Ruiz.
Hi, everyone. I want to thank everyone for supporting me throughout these last 4 years, especially my parents, my sister, my girlfriend, and everyone else that's been watching. Si se pudo.
Dr. Liliana Sumano.
Thank you, everyone. I want to give a special thank you to my parents for all their love and sacrifice and support. Thank you to UC Davis for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to become the first doctor in my family. And a special thank you to my husband for all his love and support. This degree is as much yours as it is mine. Si se pudo. Woo!
Dr. Anita Sarkar.
Good time. We did it. I want to thank my village, my parents, my mom, my dad, my brother DeBon John, all my friends that couldn't be here with me today, and everyone that has touched my life at Davis and beyond. Thank you for helping me achieve my wildest dream. I love you all.
Now, Dr. Kristen Olson, Associate Dean for Curriculum, will conclude the announcing of the names of the new doctors of medicine. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jane. And congratulations to the class of 2021. And next up is Dr. Lana Shi.
Yay!
Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank my mom and my brother, Jonathan, who are currently in Hawaii right now. David's family up in San Jose. We love you guys. Thank you to everyone at the School of Medicine. Couldn't have done it without you.
Dr. Tyler Slocum.
Thank you guys. I want to thank my girlfriend Mona, her family who's here celebrating with me, my mom, my dad, my family all back home. Couldn't have done it without your love and support. So thank you very much.
Dr. Eve Solomon.
Thank you so much, everyone. I want to thank my mom, my dad, who couldn't be here today with me because we're traveling, my two brothers, my grandparents, my partner, Nick, and everyone at UC Davis, especially my friends who've become like a family to me. Thank you.
Dr. Christopher Soriano.
Hello, everybody. I want to thank my parents, Marcos and Sylvia, my wife, Cassandra, my brothers, David and Marcos, my brothers-in-law, mother-in-law, and sister-in-law for being here to support me, and especially to my parents for coming to this country and raising a doctor. Thank you.
Dr. Crystal Suarez.
Gracias a mis padres por su amor y ejemplo, todos mis seres queridos por su apoyo. Esto lo dedico a mi abuelita. Thank you, UC Davis and SJV family.
Dr. David Tan.
Oh, yay. Oh man, I'd like to thank my family, my mom, dad, my brother Derek out in San Jose, Lana, of course, and her family in Hawaii, my homies, Sean and Tyler, who delivered hot chicken to me. Appreciate it. And everybody else at the School of Medicine, all my friends, all the faculty and mentors and everyone. Thanks so much. We did it.
Congrats, everyone.
Dr. Jacqueline Tassars.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to thank the amazing faculty at UC Davis for supporting us in the unique individuals that we are. I'd like to thank my wonderful friends that I met at UC Davis, who I wouldn't have survived med school without. I wanted to thank my family for leaving Poland and coming here to give me this opportunity. Kocham was bardzo. And above all else, I want to thank my little sister who's going to join me in becoming a doctor someday. Congrats, everyone. Na zdrowie.
Dr. Patrick Terrasa.
Hi, I'd like to thank my family and my wife and my two sons. I've got Cass, and I've got Bear, and everyone at UC Davis for making this possible. Congratulations to all my classmates. We made it, you guys.
Dr. Nicholas Tom.
Wow. I'd like to thank my family, my parents, my brother Jordan, my Nini and Papa, my girlfriend Christine. Thank you to all my friends who become my family and got me through medical school. Congratulations, everyone. We did it.
Dr. Haley Ann Tugis.
I want to say thank you to my family, my parents who are here today, my friends, and my kitty cats. And of course, to the psychiatry department who helped me find my home in this medical world.
Dr. Atrine Tusi.
I'd like to thank my husband, Kevin, my mom, my dad, my family, all those who could be with us and all those who couldn't, as well as all of my mentors throughout these years, and especially Dr. Mavrakis.
Dr. Ellen Tu.
I just want to say thank you to all my family, friends, classmates, and all the faculty and staff at UC Davis. Thank you so much for your love and support. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Congrats.
Dr. Lindsay Valenti.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I want to thank my mom, where even if I know that she's not here, but I thank her for instilling in me what it means to have perseverance and drive and compassion. And thank you to my dad, Nick, and Brenda, and of course, Ashley and my partner, Jeremy, and my entire UC Davis family for helping me get to this point. Thank you so much, and cheers to all of us.
Dr. Kendra Verga.
I want to thank my mom and dad who have always loved me no matter what, my fiance Ezra and his mom Dina who supported me through all of this, all my family and friends who are watching, and UC Davis for being such a wonderful family to learn in.
Dr. Linda Lee Vo.
Yeah, chúc mừng Dr. Linda. Thank you to my mom and my dad, my brother for their endless love and sacrifices and helping me chase this dream. Cảm ơn ba mẹ. This degree is a product of your hard work too. Also, shout out to my best friends and mentors from here in med school and from back home, and my college besties watching across the globe. I love you all. Yeah.
Dr. Danielle Wang.
Thanks. I'd like to thank my partner, David, and his family, my family and friends, including class of 2020, all my colleagues then. And 谢谢我的家庭、父母、我的妹妹 Tina. Congrats, class of 2021. Woo! Yay!
Dr. Mary Welter.
I'd like to thank my family, my mom and dad who are here, and especially my Aunt Josie and Uncle Mike for celebrating with me, all my friends, especially my housemate Mona and the UC Davis community. Thank you.
Dr. Sarah Westcott.
Thanks to my family and my friends and all my mentors that have got me through here. I couldn't have done it without you.
Dr. Madeline Rose Wheeler.
Thank you to my mom and my dad. Thank you to my classmates who made the last 4 years some of the best of my life. Thank you to my mentors for supporting and believing in me always. Thank you to my family, my friends, and most of all, thank you to my husband, who I wouldn't have made it through the last 4 years without. And congrats to my big baby brother, who's also graduating today.
Dr. Alice Wilson.
I want to say thank you to my family, especially my mom, my emo, my little sister in the back, my dad in Japan, my harmony and harabaji who couldn't be here today, the family that I chose, Alvin, Gigi, Arsheen, Caroline, and Allie, my UC Davis family, and all of my friends, family, and mentors who are watching right now. I couldn't be the first doctor in my family without you all. Thank you.
Wilson, yeah. Dr. Bizrat Woldemichael.
I'd like to say thank you to my family, to my friends, to Samuel, my amazing classmates and mentors at UC Davis, and ultimately to God. We did it. This is my take ride.
Dr. Leslie Tingy Wu.
Thank you. Hi, I would like to thank my family, friends, and everybody at UC Davis for all of their support. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And congratulations, everybody. We did it.
Dr. Pong Zong.
Hi, cô giáo hai ô cho cô nhà cô chị cô giáo Vinh Dầu cô training thế cô giáo Phong Như thế John Ku. I want to say thank you to UC Davis, to all of my friends, especially to Dr. Kinkle, my mentor, Dr. Shea from UCSF Fresno, and Dr. Simonson, and my SJV family, Dr. Alving, Dr. Gaslam, and Dr. Bond. Thank you.
Hey, we're up.
Ready? The camera's gonna be on us.
We did it. Thank you, everyone.
At this time, we will call the students who had technical difficulties. Dr. Ellen Marie Azalin.
Thank you to OME who allowed me to unmute myself at the end. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Tom Shanks, Kirsten Kelly, and my Aunt Janet Aslin.
Dr. Nicole Taylor Leong.
Hey, I think you're on.
It's still.
Oh no!
Go ahead, you're on.
Oh, you're on. Say hi or something.
Go ahead. Congratulations. We would also like to acknowledge the graduates that could not join us today. Dr. Mutal Akhtar. Dr. Kagan Bowers. And now Dr. Mark Henderson, Associate Dean for Admissions, will lead us in reading the UC Davis Physician's Oath.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations. It's a great honor for me to introduce the physician oath. I also have the distinction, I believe, of being often the first UC Davis faculty member to have met each of you, or most of you, when you interviewed. So it's a great personal privilege to see each of you reach this milestone, which is only the beginning, as has been said before, of your journey. The physician oath is a solemn ritual performed each year by our newly minted graduates, in which they pledge their commitment to serve their patients and society as future physicians. First, we will have members of the class recite the first line of the oath in each of the languages represented amongst this amazing group of individuals.
En el momento de ser admitida,
como miembro de la profesión médica,
prometo solemnemente consagrar mi vida
a cuidar a los enfermos,
a la promoción de la salud
y el servicio a la humanidad.
الآن بعد أن تم قبولي في وظيفة الطبيب العالية أتأهل رسمياً بتركيز حياتي على رعاية المرضى وتعزيز الصحة وخدمة الإنسانية.
Shikit Shoker Ucho Protestan e Drakon Porti Holam Ami e Shapot Nichi Je Ami Shara Jibon Manober Roger Jotne Unnotite Ebong Shara Manober Jatir Shebai Utsorgo Korlam
在即將成為醫生嘅時刻，我莊嚴宣誓，我將畢生貢獻給治療疾病、提升健康同埋為民眾服務嘅使命.
هم اکنون که به مرحله پایانی پزشکی رسیدم متحد می شوم که با تمام وجودم از مریضانم مراقبت کنم و به بشریت خدمت کنم.
Maintenant, être admis à la haute fonction de médecin, je m'engage solennellement à consacrer ma vie à soigner les malades, à la promotion de la santé et au service de l'humanité.
的许诺都领报都给我和路线的都顾看好，顾教路后顾路你的顾有晒说叫你么，给称啊给那个贴给把我，叮咛。
現在、医師として最高の学位を認められ、私は今後自分の人生をやめる人、 人々の健康管理への意識が高められるように医師として奉仕することを誓います。
이제 나는 의사로서의 높은 소명을 부여받음에 아픈 이들을 돌보고 인류에 봉사하며 건강 증진을 위해 나의 생을 바칠 것을 엄숙하게 서약합니다.
اوس چې زه د طبابت سپېڅلې وظیفې ته منل کېږم نو د زړه د اخلاص دا تعهد کوم چې خپل ژوند به د مریضانو خدمت د روغتیا د پرمختګ او د انسانیت لپاره واقف کوم।
ਹੁਣ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਬਣਨ ਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਿਮਾਰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਦੇਖਭਾਲ,
ਸਿਹਤ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਦੀ ਤਰੱਕੀ ਅਤੇ ਮਾਨਵਤਾ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਸਮਰਪਿਤ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ।
jaaka ke amogela mo pitsong e tlhotlhokgolo ya bongaka ke ikana ka tlhomamo go dira botshelo jwa me setlhabelo mo tlhokomelong ya balwetse go rotloetsa botsogo jo bo lolameng le bodiredi jwa setho.
Ngayon na napapasok sa mataas ng pagtawag ng manggagamot, taimtim akong nangangako na italaga ang aking buhay sa pangangalaga ng mga may sakit, pagsulong ng kalusugan at serbisyo ng sangkatauhan.
Bây giờ được chấp nhận vào cuộc gọi cao cả của người bác sĩ, tôi long trọng cam kết hiến dâng cuộc đời mình cho việc chăm sóc người bệnh, thúc đẩy về mặt sức khỏe và phục vụ nhân loại.
Nu som godtagen till det nobla yrket som läkare lovar jag på heder och samvete att viga mitt liv åt omsorgen över de sjuka, främjandet av hälsa och att stå i mänsklighetens tjänst.
Now, I invite you to recite the entire oath in English. At this point, I invite the other physicians in attendance here to stand and recite the oath with the graduates. You may find the oath on page 23 of the program. You can do it. Back page.
Now being admitted to the high calling of the physician,
I solemnly pledge
to consecrate my life
to the care of the sick,
the promotion of the health,
and the service of humanity.
I will practice medicine with conscience and in truth.
The health and dignity of my patients
will be my first concern.
I will hold in confidence all that my patients relate to me. I will not permit considerations, including those based on race,
ethnicity, gender, age,
disability, sexual orientation,
religious or political beliefs,
or any other differences among people
that have been excuses for misunderstanding,
for dissension or hatred,
to influence my duty to care
for those in need of my service.
I will respect the moral right of patients
to participate fully in the medical decisions that affect them. I will assist my patients to make choices
that coincide with their own values and beliefs.
I will try to increase my competence constantly
and respect those who teach
and those who broaden our knowledge by research.
I will try to prevent as well as cure disease. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
So one more thing. Maybe the most important thing, graduates, please move your tassels from right to left, like this. So now you're all official doctors. I want to say it's been my distinct personal privilege to get to know each of you. I know and expect you will each accomplish great things and carry the UC Davis name forward in wherever you take it. Best of luck and congratulations. Now we have one more student speaker. So it's my great pleasure to introduce Kimberly No. Kimberly grew up in East San Jose amongst a large Vietnamese family and attended UC Berkeley, where she majored in public health before being admitted to UC Davis. Her plans are to continue to serve her community through family medicine, which she will pursue next at UCSF during her residency. Again, welcome, Kimberly, and thank you.
Hello, thank you for the introduction. Standing here we are on that promised mountaintop that we viewed from afar 4 years ago. Can you see it? Can you believe it? Can you feel it? The cheers, the love, the praise, the joy. Beloved classmates, united together, this is our graduation. 4 years in the making. From long nights in anatomy lab to long days in the library, studying, reading, watching, and learning the steps to becoming a doctor. Outside classroom doors, we sometimes frolicked, but mostly served and spoke truths. We dreamed of a kaleidoscope of futures as we create new spaces and gatherings of new faces. In clinic, we spoke to new moms and saw old vets and played with tiny tots, first beginning to stand. In the hospital, we held hands of the sick, handed comfort to families, and helped make a child smile, despite the pain, despite the sorrow, despite the loss. Ending 3rd year, we looked forward to 4th year, but alas, the world's worries cannot help but pull at our own fears. A global pandemic, social injustice, an uncertain future, and an election of a generation. A dark day of tattered clothes and shattered glass, rattled hearts and scattered minds. But still we rise, said dear Maya Angelou, and yes we can, si se puede, Cesar Chavez once said. I am a child of California and a daughter of refugees. We all have our own stories, our family legacies, and our dear village of supporters. Together, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Yet we mourn for our losses and for this digital divide. Our last class ceremony, robbed by a deadly disease. But as Amanda Gorman has said, there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it. Let us thank all our friends, our families, our mentors, our teachers who have lit the way for us today. Let us continue to be that light in our patients' eyes. And let us move forward to the next leg of our journey as future healers, future leaders for our communities, our state, our nation. Forever and always, fiat lux, let there be light. From the University of California, let us shine our light of compassion and forward on, fellow doctors. Congratulations. We are now the 50th graduating class of UC Davis School of Medicine. And now, to close out our ceremony, we welcome back Dr. Mark Service, Vice Dean of Medical Education. Thank you.
Thank you, Kimberly, for those really profound and powerful words. And thank you to all of our speakers, student speakers, keynote speakers, memorable and moving. Thank you to all of the graduates for your generous comments today and for letting us join your family, your loved ones virtually today to create some really very moving experiences for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 50th commencement ceremony for the UC Davis School of Medicine. You graduates at this moment are the fulfillment of the dreams and aspirations of your families and friends, and at the culmination of your own incredible journey to being a physician. You made it. In a moment, we will unmute the graduates on the Zoom call and invite you to again thank parents, husbands, wives, partners, significant others, loved ones, relatives, and friends who made this all possible with your applause. Let's thank them.
Yay!